couple months ago. So it was the first time we had ever decided, like, okay, we're doing this, we're ready. We tried, and first try, first month, we got pregnant. Hello friends, welcome or welcome back. If this is your first time here, my name is Claudia. I'm so excited to have you here. Thank you for clicking on this video. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much. I am so excited to get into this video today. So in my previous video, I talked about 6 early pregnancy symptoms, signs that I had personally before I knew I was pregnant. And today I want to share with you my journey on how I got pregnant, what we did, just my tips and my journey, and hopefully maybe it can help somebody. I am not an expert, I'm not a doctor. This is all purely my experience, and I'm so excited to share with you guys. I know a lot of you are trying to conceive, have conceived, thinking about it in the future, and this is just a place where we can come together, share things in the comments, share anything that might help each other with this whole journey. Okay, let's get started. So I really have 4 things that I can tell you that helped me in my journey, in my TTC, trying to conceive journey. I know there's a whole community out there. Trust me, when I was first trying to get pregnant and found out, I was on YouTube searching, and I just really love to hear other women's stories and journeys. So the first tip might come as a surprise, probably not, but I would say having a healthy diet, healthy lifestyle. So eat whole foods, meats, veggies, fruit, drink water every day, stay active, just move your body, go on walks, maybe hikes, do things you enjoy. We tend to live a very sedentary lifestyle, so the more we stay active and moving, the better. Healthy swaps we make from, processed food or junk food to whole foods, it'll be so much better for your body. So that's my first tip is, healthy diet, healthy lifestyle. My second tip would be exercise consistently. Personally, I have done CrossFit for 5 years, and I've done it 5 days a week for that long of a period of time. So it's something, pick something, find something. It might take you a while to find an exercise style that you really enjoy, that you really like, that really pushes you. But when you find it, stick with it. Stick with it, make it a priority, because that really not only is good for you physically, but mentally, emotionally, it's just a great outlet, a great time for you to just unplug, challenge yourself, push yourself, and improve, get stronger, get faster. It's a really exciting thing once you find what works for you. Okay, the third one is the rhythm method. So my husband and I, this is how we did it. This is just our experience. I don't know if you've heard of it, but you basically, track your cycle, and based off of that, when you are fertile, when you could conceive, and when you are not. So I've never been on birth control, like any type of birth control, and it worked really well. I want to let you know that not being on birth control and implementing the rhythm method yields really great results. You can do your research on birth control. There's a lot out there, but I do know that it does disrupt your hormones. It does change things up. And so when we decided, okay, hey, we're gonna try for a baby, this was a couple months ago. So it was the first time we had ever decided, like, okay, we're doing this, we're ready. We tried, and first try, first month, we got pregnant. Always implemented the rhythm method. I was not on any type of birth control. That's just how we did it, and it worked really well. We plan on doing this for the rest of our pregnancies, however many we decide to have. And then the fourth and the last tip that I have for you is track your cycle. Tracking your cycle is something that I would probably say I became obsessed with, but I used an app, the first app that I used for years to just log and track my cycle and my symptoms was Clue. And then I switched over to Ovia, I believe is how you pronounce it, because that one is a little bit more towards the trying to conceive community journey. It's a little more geared towards that for when you're ready to try, right? So Clue is the one I used for literally years. So when I say track your cycle, I mean it. Really be aware, really do not miss a beat with logging when you got your cycle, how long it lasted, because for instance, before I got pregnant, I was consistently having 7 to 8 days of a cycle, and let me break that down for you. So the first 3 days was always just normal to heavy bleeding, and then day 4 and 5, it would tease me a little bit like, oh, it's over. But then it's like, no, it's not. Like I would get like a little break throughout the day, and then it'd come right back, just my like period. And then the final days, like 6, 7, and maybe sometimes even 8 would just be spotting. So it wasn't like I was like heavy bleeding for 7 days. Not like that at all. But see, this is all really important for you to know, like the symptoms that you're experiencing. What type of cramps do you experience? Do you have like back pain? Do you get headaches? For me personally, I would get really shaky, like right leading up for it. I knew, because my body was like preparing for the pain. I don't know, I've had pretty painful periods like my whole life. Not sure why, I don't have any answers to that, but I do know that tracking all of those little symptoms, I knew exactly when I was pregnant, because I had none of those symptoms, like literally shakes from pain. The cramps were different, the back pain was different, the headaches. I didn't have a headache when I did get pregnant. So I would say, seriously, it doesn't matter. You come across this video and you're actually not even trying to get pregnant, but you're watching it, hello, I get it. I would say just start now. You could be 20, 21, 22, 25, 17, I don't care. The earlier the better. Start tracking, start to get to know yourself, your body, your symptoms, because then also you can change and evolve. Like your symptoms can shift, and you'll be able to like see and notice those changes, and you kind of just like grow with your body. It's like a relationship. Like you and your period should have some type of relationship, like, okay, I get it, I know what you're doing, I know what's happening. One last thing I will say about tracking your cycle, I've talked to so many girlfriends, so many women who, and there's nothing wrong with this, they say, I've never tracked it, I have no idea. Like I literally, I don't know, like it comes when it comes, I think I'm irregular, or I am irregular, or I'm not. But again, even if you're not trying to conceive, I think it's an important piece of you that you should really understand and you should really know, because we don't get taught very much about cycles and periods and what should you eat, what's best for your body, what are you needing, what are you having like a deficiency in during a different phase. And another really cool tool, like education that I used, was an Instagram page, and they're called Balance Bears. I think I said that right. They're like 3 sisters that talk all about hormones, hormonal health, periods, how to literally plan your life around your period. Like literally, like it's okay to, you know, when you're on your period, be slower, maybe take rest days, nourish and refuel, just all of that. They really broke it down in a way that I really understood, and I really love that. So if you want to check them out, go ahead, they're really cool. By the way, none of this is like sponsored. It's not a partnership with any of the apps or people that I mentioned. I just genuinely used those tools to my advantage, because you guys, like, there's more than even that, you know. There's so much at our fingertips out there that you can learn from, you can use to track your cycle. One thing that I didn't specifically, when it comes to tracking my cycle, do like with a thermometer, was track my basal body temperature, but I always like knew. So I always would say, okay, I feel like I'm running hot today. Like you could clearly tell when you're that in tune and you're that focused on what your body's telling you. I knew the mornings that I would wake up just in like a sweat or like super hot. I'm like, okay, you know, it's obviously peaked, and I would just note that because I know there are methods of like literally tracking your temperature every single day, like to the decimal point. I didn't do it that far as my temperature, but everything else I did for years before I even tried to have a baby. Those are my 4 tips for you. Don't underestimate the power of knowing your body, how you're feeling, and it can even help with like mood swings. Maybe if something's bothering you, don't have that conversation or confront somebody when you're raging hormones, or it's just not fair. You can really have a little bit of a smoother decision making when it comes to just life in general, planning events. Those are my 4 tips. Thank you so much for watching. Go ahead and like and subscribe if you did like this video, or we can go be friends on Instagram. Would love that. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.